Drink it in, nerds. I'm Susan Blackwell, and today I'm all two girls, one teacup at the famous Russian tea room with one of my favorite Broadway weirdos, Emily Skinner.
Woohoo!
Hi, Emily Skinner.
Hi.
Why the f have you brought us here today?
I brought you here today because I've always wanted to have high tea.
I'm a simple country girl, Emily Skinner. What the f is high tea?
High tea is where you go and you act like a ladies who lunch person.
Okay.
Here's the ladies who lunch. You go to a swanky joint and they serve you high tea and you act fancy.
All right.
Yes.
We're gonna rock some high tea. I read some cockamamie story about you that when you were in kindergarten, you had this kindergarten teacher who would permit you to perform 10 minutes every day during class.
That's
true story?
Totally true story.
By my calculations, that teacher got to sit on her ass 30 hours per year and watch you jump around like a monkey.
Well, you could look at it like
Just smart
that
cookie.
if you choose the cruel way to look at it.
Come
or
on.
you could look at it as, that's fantastic.
Good for her,
Teaching
letting you
technique,
self-express.
right,
What
in
kind
action.
of, what were you serving in kindergarten?
You know what I was really big on? I was really big on this, on Really Rosie. Do you remember that book?
Oh my
Got
God, I
Marissa Sendak?
did Really Rosie.
Well, yes. Well, so
I'm
did
Really
I.
Rosie.
Hello.
Just like a belt.
Yes, yes. And so I would do snippets of that, you know.
Were your classmates just like,
Totally.
again?
Totally. Totally. Just like looking at the
Amazing.
hamster, just waiting for it to be over. You know.
What was the first Broadway show you ever did?
The first Broadway show I ever did was Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that show any good? I never saw that.
Jekyll and Hyde?
Yeah.
Some great stuff in Jekyll and Hyde. There's some stuff that makes you go, hmm? And then there's some great stuff. But
Tell it.
Linda Eder
Tell
would
it.
rock your world.
Now, I heard
in
this
that.
story that, like, she, during previews or something, she had the jitis and she was out on stage playing Lucy, and you were her voice.
Yes.
And so you were providing her voice while she was on stage
Yes.
playing the character of Lucy.
Yes.
So here's my question for you. If you had the jitis and you had to go on stage to play, I don't know, Mrs. Crumpet Bottom, who would you want to provide your voice? Choose wisely, Emily Skinner.
Oh. Phyllis Diller?
Oh, come
Well, you
on.
didn't. Oh, come on. I don't know.
Who would you want to have sing for you?
Rufus Wainwright.
You're ridiculous.
Why is that ridiculous?
Just like having that come through your face. Oh, high tea's here.
High tea comes in stages.
Look at it.
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely.
It's beautiful. Should we try?
Oh my.
Should we clink?
Wow. Toasting.
Clink.
Oh yeah.
I'd just like to recommend, if you ever get a chance to eat caviar with Emily Skinner, do it. You should do it.
Do I make it better?
Oh,
Cheers. Here's to the ladies who lunch.
to high tea, whatever the f that is. Anywho,
But
Billy Elliot, what's that?
Billy Elliot,
What is that?
I don't know.
You're in a play called
I
Billy
do it
Elliot.
8 times a week.
You do. Are you serving a dialect in that?
You betcha.
What is that dialect? New Geordie-on-Tyne? What is that?
Yeah, it's a Geordie dialect.
That's.
It's a sort of classic Newcastle accent.
Give me some of that. Say some things. Say some stuff you say.
All right, let's think.
I'll drink this tea.
Alison Summers, get that coat off. Full play, get rid of the pie, Tracy Arkinson. Up. Oh, Christ, we'll need a bloody winch to get you out of here. Second, I'm telling you, Tracy, you'll end up like your mother.
Do you do
Ed
that with
Curtin.
super titles?
Oh, come on.
What?
Come on, you got that. You got every...
Good Lord. At stage door, people like, I loved it. It was wonderful. I did not know what you were saying, but I loved it, and the energy and the dancing. Is it like that?
Pretty much.
I want to ask you about, you did a show called The Full Monty. That's a show you
Yes,
did.
yeah.
There were a lot of great guys in that show. Great guys.
Yes.
Patrick Wilson was in that show.
Yeah.
John Ellison Conley.
Yeah.
Who else was in that show?
Will Chase, who's actually
Will Chase was in that show?
Elliot with me, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
The high dinger per capita ratio in that show. Very high, which I always endorse.
Yes.
So now that it's all over and everybody's pants are back on, Who had the fullest Monty? What? Holla.
It's a dud answer, but they kind of ultimately all look the same.
I'm not buying it.
It's true.
Not buying it for a second. That is a politic answer.
No, they all look the same.
I don't believe you.
No,
you're not going to name a name?
No, I wasn't comparing and contrasting.
I don't understand why you agreed to do this interview. So you've done a lot of stuff at the Signature, right? Mm-hmm. You did the show called Dirty Blonde where you played Mae West. Mm-hmm. Hit me with some of that Mae West. Dance, monkey, dance.
What I went to see the other day, that movie Burlesque.
Was it wonderful?
It was something.
It everything you wanted it to be?
It was something. But Christina Aguilera does a Mae West song in there.
Really?
She does a Mae West song in there, and she does it Christina Aguilera style, but it was pretty great. And she does a very sassy version, but I like the Mae West version. Personally, I'll do a little of it for you.
Hit me. Titties.
A guy what takes his time, I'd go for any time. I'm a fast-moving gal who likes 'em slow. Got no use for fancy driving. Wanna see a guy arriving in low. Why should I deny that I would die to know a guy what takes his time?
Suck on that, Russian tea room. We're singing up in y'all. If you weren't Broadway's Emily Skinner, what the f*** do you think you'd be doing with your life?
Oh my God. That's a good question. I'd be a teacher.
Would you let your students f*** around for 10 minutes every day in class?
Possibly.
I bet you would.
Possibly, yeah.
Hippies. I think it's supposed to be like this.
Are we supposed to slurp it? This is good.
This is good. Sorry, guys. Just have to take this in for a second.
This is what I think. When I think high tea, I think this.
Little biscuits, little crumbly
scones,
biscuits.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. It really is tasty. Do you want to taste? Put that in your mouth.
I ate a whole jar of jam.
Did you?
It was good.
Put these in your purse.
I grew up with a father who, like, you'd go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
and he would, like, take all of these and put them in his pockets, and then you'd go open our refrigerator at home, and it'd just be, like, packed with, like, 10,000 little jams and packets of equal.
Is your dad still alive?
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Skinner.
Yes.
You steal
Hi,
shipper restaurants. Let's just take a second to talk a little bit more about this room. So in addition to the bear, that's like a crystal bear with fish swimming around on the inside, then there's a whole tree with Fabergé eggs hanging on it, and a lot of mirrors and a lot of gigantic candelabra.
But all of it was like really specialty stuff made in Italy, and you can only get it in this particular craftsman store in Italy.
Y'all gotta come here.
It
Just
is.
sing and make fart sounds. They love that here at the Russian Tea Room. Highly recommend it.
Yeah. And come with Susan.
Yeah, come, dial me up, come with me. I don't have time for all that. I'm a busy working woman. This has been super fun having high tea at the Russian Tea Room with Broadway's Emily Skinner. Thanks, Em.
Thanks for having me.
This was a good idea.
Let's make it a weekly thing.
I'm jacked up on caffeine. I'm about to wet myself from all that tea I drank. So we better sign off. Until next time, this has been Side by Side by Susan Blackwell.
Mwah! Emily Skinner.